pause the Buddha and they get a headache, or a stiff neck. That is not the way. Yeah? But when you see that the mind goes out, to bring it back, because then it is not willing to come back. Yeah? And everybody of us knows it. Yeah? When the thoughts are start to come up, or memories come up, we want to know why is it, that these thoughts are coming up, or what are these thoughts are promising us, or what are these memories promising us, or or even sometimes we feel guilty about something that happened in the past. Forget about it. Yeah. You see it coming up, and then you go back to the Buddha, or you go back to the breath. That is the most important thing. In that way, you need the effort. Yeah? Please remember this. That's where we need our effort, to go back. Yeah? Then the second important thing is, after a while, the mind gets calm. There's only few thoughts are coming up, or only few memories are coming up, and we easily don't dive into it. Yeah? So, and at the same time, there's some calm coming up, some sensitive happiness, some calm coming up, and then we dive into the calm. That is not the practice of samadhi. We don't dive, we don't put our attention on the calm. We put our attention back into the breath, because then our samadhi gets deeper and deeper and deeper. If you go with the feelings that arise, when the mind is calm or peaceful or whatever, whatever feeling arises, then our meditation stops, and sooner or later, pretty much quite soon, we are disturbed again by our thoughts and mind. No, we stick to the Buddha, or we stick to anapanasati, until, by anapanasati, by the breath, until the breath really stops. Before that, we see that the mind really closes in. And when the mind closes in, everything, that is in the beginning on our attention span, will disappear, slowly disappear. Disappear very far, very far, very far. And even the parts of the body disappear. Sooner or later we don't feel our legs, we don't feel our arms, we only feel the part of the chitta where the chitta is. And that means we are really good concentration. And then we observe until the breath stops. When we observe the breath stops. It does not disappear. It's very different. When the breath disappears, that means our attention has disappeared as well. Our concentration on the breath has disappeared. It is a very clear knowing that pops up, the breath has stopped. And when that clear knowledge comes up, that the breath has stopped, we jump to this knowingness. How to jump, I cannot tell you, you have to find it out. You jump to this knowingness, and then the whole universe disappears. It is called apana samadhi, or you can call it a preview of Nibbana. If you can reach it, it is of utmost useful. If you can't reach it, it's not so that important. The important thing is that we enter samadhi where there are no thoughts, where there is no memories, where there is no future, where there is no past, where there is no worries, no loneliness, and no fear. This state is mostly enough for our investigation. If we can go deeper into apana samadhi, where everything disappears, it is a very good motivation for us, and we see, because we see that all these things are made up. Just like the Lord Buddha said, this is all a delusion. Because then we are one, with everything. We are one, with all the beings, and everything disappears. And all what is left is the pure knowing. And this kind of pure knowingness doesn't know any object. It just knows. It's very different from our normal knowingness. We know, this is a tree, we know this is a person, we know this is that. This is not the knowingness I'm talking about. The knowingness that I'm talking about, the pure knowingness, knows, but it doesn't have any object. So, subject and object merges into one, so it is one pointed. Apanathamadi is one pointed. And then you cannot say anything because our language doesn't know anything. Our language knows only subject and object. But if subject and object merges into one, we don't know how to describe it, because our language cannot deal with this. Our language is pure. When we get into unity, we cannot describe. All what we can say, I was completely over. What I was talking before is the importance of developing this knowing. That is the second half part. As I said, normally when the chitta becomes calm, we go to the feeling of calm or whatever feeling arises there. No, we still have to go with the Buddha, or we still have to go with the breath and know the breath at every moment, at the beginning, at the middle, at the end. When the in-breath changes to the outbreath, when the outbreath changes to the in-breath, is the breath detailed or not detailed? Is it deep or is it shallow? We don't want to make the breath in any way, we just want to observe how is the breath at every moment. The same with the Buddha. Is the Buddha at the beginning, is it the B, is it the U, is it the D, whatever. Is the Buddha fast, is the Buddha slow, is the Buddha later, or can we actually already listen to the Buddha, because if it is installed, we can listen to the Buddha and then we can describe the quality of the Buddha, because we know. And this knowingness, of course, it takes a lot of time to develop, but it is important, because that is what is called sat. Now, I told you often enough, if you don't really know what this knowingness is, similar to this knowingness. Observe the animals. Here in the monastery we have quite a few animals. Now in the rainy season a lot of animals are coming. Even snakes, or rats, and they're all coming out and getting some food. And the squirrels and so on. And even there, observe them without thinking. Stay with your Buddha or stay with the breath and observe. And you know actually what they are doing without anybody telling you. So this is the knowing that we need to develop. And it is difficult because in the beginning we are lazy. We just lazy, everything is fine, we just stay here. And the Buddha, swirls around, or the breath, it's no, then we are not with the Buddha or not with the breath, we don't develop this sati. And developing this sati is very essential, because we need this sati. There are two weapons. Nunca Mahabodha said, there are two weapons, sati panya. Sati, which is knowingness, this is awareness. This awareness doesn't judge. It is neither wrong, it is neither good, it just knows. This awareness is there. And then panya, and then we ask the question. When we investigate the body, the body and the chitta, are there two different things? What is the body? Is the body the arm? When we part, when we take all the 38 parts of the body and put it in front of us, so nothing is sitting there, but all the parts are there. What part of the body is the body? Then we assemble it again, and then we have a body. If we assemble it in the wrong way, then we don't have a body. We have a kind of whatever, what you want to call it. If you put the legs on the shoulders, and put the arms on, between the hips, you call it a body? No. You call it only a body, when it is in a certain configuration. So what is the body? And what sits there and knows that there are bodies? What is the subject? What is the object? Who observes what is happening? It's the same thing, observing your feeling, observing the breath, knowing that the breath, is fast, who knows, The breath doesn't know it is fast, or it is detailed, This subject and object, in the beginning, until you come to one point of this, there's always subject and object. And knowingness, the knowingness that knows, that is fixed on one object and knows about this object, what it's doing. Just like when we are fixed on one of the animals that are running around here in the monastery and observe what they are doing. Yeah? You don't have to think what they are doing. You instantly know it. Yeah? And that is the important thing that we need to develop. Yeah? And when we have, the strength of samadhi, yeah? And when we come out of samadhi, then we can do some investigation. Just like I said, in the beginning, just take the body apart and put it in front of you. Yeah? Until there's a clear understanding, yeah, that the chitta and the body are two different things. Yeah? We know that there are 5 khandhas. We know rupa, body is one of the khandhas. Rupa, vedana, sanya, sankhara, vijnana. Yeah? So the body, yeah? Feeling, that means bodily feeling and mental feeling, yeah? is a khandha. Yeah? Short thoughts is a khandha. Memory is a khandha. Consciousness is a khandha. But the chitta is not within the 5 khandhas. So the chitta is the owner of the khandha. Within the chitta there is the Dhamma, yeah? And there is the kilesa. Whoever owns, yeah? Whoever is on the throne and directs, what the khandhas can do, yeah? Then the khandhas go. Yeah? It's just like a tool. Yeah? It's just like the toolbox. Yeah? So when the kilesas are in power, then we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to know this, we want to know that, we want to become this, we want to become that. Yeah? That's the work, where the kilesas are using the khandhas. Because the khandhas and the kilesas are different, they are not the khandhas. Yeah? You have to understand it. The thought is not a khandha. The thought is a khandha, but it's not the kilesa. Yeah? The kilesas use the khandha, yeah, to fool us. Yeah? And we are completely fooled. Yeah? That's why we still live in the delusion. Yeah? So we have to understand it. Yeah? So the chitta, yeah? Within the chitta there's also the Dhamma. And the Dhamma wants to know, wants to understand, but wants to understand in the reality of the 5 khandhas. Yeah? Wants to understand, wants to let go, wants to cut off the attachment to the 5 khandhas. Yeah? That's why it has to investigate the 5 khandhas. What does the body bring us? When we are born as a human being, how many years we have to educate or train this body before we can actually use it with full strength. Yeah? And then we go back and think about it, that we have to learn to walk, and we have to learn to walk, and we have to go to school, learn to read and write and think. Yeah? And it takes us 80 years before we can have the full strength of this body. And then how long can we use it? We can use it for 30 years or 35 years or maybe 40 years, yeah? Where we still have strength. But it's also see, when we were 25 we had lots of strength, yeah? When we are 35 the strength is less, yeah? And when we are 45 the strength is much less, yeah? And when we are 60, there's nothing. Then we just wait to die, yeah? It's a contemplation, yeah? So, we need to start, to focus on this, be it our life, be it on the human life, yeah? Be it on the body, or be it on bodily feeling. We focus on that and investigate it. And ask what kind of happiness does this kind of thought bring me, yeah? Or what kind of dukkha does this thought bring? Yeah? And why do I attach to this? Yeah? Because I did not call it up, yeah? It just came, and it passes by. Yeah? Just like memory, it comes and passes by. Yeah? And we grab hold of it and say, it's me, it's mine, it's myself. Yeah? Just like this body. Yeah? The body, I often say, the body is just like a car. Yeah? Without a driver, a car is useless. So it needs a driver. Yeah? A body without the chitta is useless, it's nothing. Yeah? It's not even a robot. Yeah? You cannot move without the chitta. Just like the car cannot move without the driver. Even if the driver is now an AI computer. Somebody has to talk on this AI computer. Anyway. So, you understand, yeah? Without, and that is something that you can experience when the samadhi gets deep. The body does not move anymore. It doesn't move there, or move forward, or move backward. The body is completely still. And when you actually go into apana samadhi, or one-pointedness, I mean, you're not even aware of having a body. So they can carry your body away, and you don't even notice it. Because you're out of, you're somehow out of the body. You're not connected to the body. They can chop your body up. They can torture you as much as you want. You don't know it. Only when you come back to the body, and when the chitta returns to the body, you see, oh, it's broken down, so I better look for a new body. Just like somebody smashes out your car when you're gone, and then you go for jogging, and when you come back, somebody smashed up your car, and you see it, okay, unusable, you now get a new car. That is the same thing. This understanding that the body and the chitta are two different things is important for ending Sotapanna or Kriyana. It is with the other two feathers there, the feather of doubt, we talked about it before, the feather of, that's why I said, we should keep a precept without any faith. That is the second feather. The first feather is the feather of doubt, that there's heaven or hell, that there's karma and the result of karma. And the second feather is, keeping the precept and not keeping the precept constantly, and constantly checking between keeping the precepts and not keeping the precepts. But the third, is the most difficult for us, who are practitioners. For the most people, especially in the West, doubt is the first. I mean, they can't really get beyond this doubt. So they can't even practice. Because they say, why should I practice? We just use it. Money is not very more important. So this, understanding the chitta and the body are two different things, is the key for entering Sotapanna or streaming. And then we investigate the lonesomeness of it. So we open it up, and see what is inside, take out everything, look at it, observe it, cut it, put it on open fire and see what is it, what is it made of, and then we compare these things, we bring up the asupa, there will be disgust coming up, and with the disgust, anger comes up. Not within the investigation, but after the investigation. Why we do the investigation if we have sati? There's no anger coming up because we are really interested, But then, we stop the investigation, we get out, and do something, and then suddenly, this anger comes up. And that's why we have to be very careful, and that's why most we will be, everybody is in a different place, So, he can kick the tree or he can kick his kuti, if he gets angry, But there's nobody else, who loads his anger on. So, first, we need to see the lostness of the body. We see why are we so attached to this body? What does this body do? What kind of happiness does the body give? The only happiness that we think is happiness, when we are hungry we eat and we think, eating is happiness. But when we are full, the happiness turns into dukkha, into unhappiness. Because, if you eat more than it is proper, you feel stuffed, and that is already an unhappy feeling. Or some people, eat so much that they need to throw up, that is really unhappy feeling. So, all these things, when you're tired, when you go to sleep, then we think, going to sleep is happiness. No, it's not happiness, It is a method, to overcome the dukkha of the body. Dissatisfaction, You can't have to look. All our life we have to look after this body. In the beginning, our parents looked after the body, until we could take part of it, and until we finally, we took care of our body. We can't have to look after it. We have to wash it, we have to clothe it, we have to feed it, so much time, is wasted on this body. In the end, this body dies, it was all in vain. So why are we so attached to this body? this body, in the Buddha Sasana, in the Buddhist religion, has an important value, because it tells us, it is the easiest realm, where we can find the way out or find the way to the end. Because we have dukkha and we have sukha. If we have too much dukkha, we don't want to practice. If we have too much sukha, we don't want to practice. Because why should we practice? Everything is fine. Here in the human life, we have dukkha, but we also have sukha. So we can compare what is sukha, what is dukkha, what is lonesomeness, what is beauty. And then we change it. Something that is beautiful, that attracts us, we change something into something that is loathsome. Then the attachment is gone. The same thing, loathsome, or we feel disgusted with something, we change it into something that is beautiful, and then this disgust is gone. But then comes attraction, so we have to change it back into something that's loathsome, and to make that change, to understand how greed and hatred operate. Okay, I think that is enough. Probably was too deep already. I mean, we're still struggling with samadhi. So get your samadhi. Get your sati worked up. And use this pansa. These 3 months of the rain retreat. Very well. To develop all these things that I talked about. Okay. You have to wait until I get up, not while. So it's just on the phone. I don't see it.